bit of action from the cotton gins. That's actually two different cotton gins. One of them's in Alabama, the other one's in Georgia. They both run pretty fast. That down packing, that press, that's a down packer press where the ram comes down. It's actually running pretty fast for a down packing press. They probably run in between 45 to 50 bales an hour. And that other gin, the last gin that was out, they probably run in between 70 and 75 bales an hour. That's a high capacity gin too. That last one with the up packing press. That's the difference between an up packing press and a down packing press. After the cotton has been ginned and it's been had the moisture and everything taken and added and stuff like that, it has to be baled up so it can be shipped, baled up for shipping, you know. And it has to be tied up, and it has to have a bag, some sort of bag, keep any contaminants out of it. Well, the thing that, what's that nut doing? The thing that packages it up, it's called a press. That's all it is. It's just a hydraulic press. You got one kind that's a down packing press, and it's got a ram that comes down and presses that cotton into a square bale that comes down. Then you got an up packing press, and it comes and packs it from the bottom side. Well, the difference between the two is that a down packing press, you've got to have pressure not only to make the bale in the form that it needs to be made, but you also got to have pressure to lift that ram back up. Whereas an up packing press, you only need pressure like one way. Your pressure comes up and makes the bale. Then after it ties out and kicks the bale out, it can free fall down. Well, it free falls a lot faster than having to pull it back up and go back down, pull it back up and go back down. The up packing press will actually come up, pressure, and then it free falls back down, which means it's a lot faster, and that's why your capacity is higher. You can run a lot more per hour. You can run, let's see, the two gins that I was at, one of them can probably run 20 to 25. The one with the up packing press, which was the last press that I showed you, it can run about 20 to 25 bales an hour more. And that's not even the fastest one. We've got one that runs in between, gosh, 80 and 85 bales an hour. I mean, it's really hauling butt there. But that's the difference between the two. A lot of people like those up packing presses because they're a little bit faster. And like I said, they don't require as much pressure, so you don't have as much strain on the system. The bad part about an up packing press is that the cylinder itself and the rod and the board and the piston and everything is down in the ground. So if you ever do have a leak, it's a son of a gun to get to, you know, and it's down in a big old hole in the bottom down there, and if it ever leaks, it gets down in that hole, and you got to go in there and clean that mess out, and it does happen. It does it more often than a lot of people would let you know. But it does happen. It's a son of a gun. That's one job I'm glad I don't have, is having to go down there, clean all that mess out. But that's the difference between the two. That's why I wanted to show you. The first one is a down packing press, and the other one is an up packing press. And you can see, if you sit there and watch it, you can see the ram is that part that actually does the pressing. Like I said, you got one that presses this way, and you got another one that presses this way. And if you look at the two, you can tell exactly which one's faster. All right. Y'all, I knew last night when I got out and went into the hotel last night. That guy, that's school zone, man. You're not supposed to go past 35. Anyway, if that'd been me, I'd have been pulled over. There'd been 4 or 5 cops just waiting on me. But when I got out last night, got out of my truck and went to the hotel, that cold wind was blowing. That wind was blowing. It was blowing pretty hard, and there was a little bit of cool weather in there, cool air in there. I said, yeah, it's gonna be cooler than normal in the morning. Sure enough, it's 50 degrees this morning. But that's more fallish than what it has been. Need some cool weather, need some cold weather, and some fall weather to kill off some kudzu in a bad way. And a lot of undergrowth in the woods. Needs to kill a lot of that stuff, send snakes back into the den. But yeah, it's nice to finally have some cool weather. That hot weather would just kill you. Because I know it's going to warm on up again today. It's going to be, you know, back in the upper 70s, but maybe lower 80s. But right now it's 50 degrees. It's just nice and overcast and cool. It's nice to have some cool weather. That's all I got to say. Alright, it's a new bait station. It's the same old place, but it's just a little bit different. Instead of making that little oh, what is that dang molasses lick block, I just put some pecans in there. I just want to see. I mean, I probably won't mess with them at all. Probably strew them all around, but some whole pecans. I just wanted to see if they'll work at it to get the pecan, get the meat inside. Just I don't know, about a double handful of pecans. I ain't changed the corn again this week. It looks like something's been down here working a little bit on it, but not a whole lot. So that's fine. Saves me on some corn. Of course, the cat food bottles are completely empty. But we'll see what this brings. I just, you know, just trying a little variety on everything just to see. Experimenting. Of course, that's the salt that was left over from the little salt block that I made, which really didn't turn out as well as I thought it would, or thought that it should. But yeah. All right, we'll see how this goes. And I'm going to show you a little spot here that the hunters have made up here, a food plot. It's probably a couple thousand square feet, maybe. And it's not a huge one, but the creek is right on the other side of it down there. And here is the food plot itself. I'll show y'all the stand. They got that son of a gun, I mean, hid. If you can see it right there in front of you, you see these two little pieces right there? That's a ladder going up to it, and there's the stand right here. That's where the seat's at. It's attached to it's a splitter oak, you know, the kind that splits at the bottom and actually makes two separate trees that grow, a twin oak, whatever you want to call it. And all around it, there's 2 or 3 of these magnolia trees right there, and they provide a ton of cover, low cover. What was that? Oh, something else, bird or something. Anyway. Y'all hear that bird? But anyway, it's that's a bird. I see him jumping around in there. But like I said, it's hidden. It's got that low cover of these magnolia trees right here. The only thing that I don't know about is the wind. I don't know how well the wind favors him or favors that spot. No birds raising cane in there. But it sits out, like I said, there's right on the other side right there is the creek. Right there. So here's the food plot and there's the stand. That's set up pretty good.